Hey, welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. I'm TJ Schwanke. One of the best things about our job is we always have to be shooting the newest models. And if you've been following our Facebook at all, you'll know that Sako has brought out a new model called the 90. And you probably saw it on last season. I actually went over to Finland on a bit of a trip that no one knew about, got to shoot it before anyone really knew it was coming out. And then Sako managed to get us one before we went to Africa. And we took an adventure in 300 Win Mag to Africa and just had a great hunt with it. Now we've got the new Peak model. And if you're a fan of the 85s, you'll probably think this looks really similar to the old Carbon Light, and it does. I mean, it's got the full carbon stock. This is actually one of the lightest production rifles made right now. In the short action that this 6.5 Creedmoor is, it's 5.6 pounds bare. So just an absolutely perfect mountain rifle. But today we're not going to the mountains, we're actually going to the flat prairies, and I've got an Antelope tag. One of the things in Alberta, it takes about 13 plus years to draw a trophy tag. And I drew one last year, so it's going to be a long time until I draw another trophy tag. But the great thing is we can also put in for non-trophy, and we put in for archery tags. So we can kind of split that over, get a tag every 4 or 5 years. So I've actually got a non-trophy antelope tag this year. So basically we're going to be hunting doe antelope, and it's an important part of management here in Alberta. We're right at the edge of antelope range in the north. And if populations get too high and we get a bad winter, it can mean some severe winter kills. So it's a really good conservation hunt, but it's also a great hunt to try a new rifle out on. So we're going to be shooting this 6.5 Creedmoor. And one of the things, we get quite a few new rifles every year, and we have to set them up. So the very first thing you want to do is, bring it out to the range and see what it likes, see what ammunition it likes. And thankfully this one is shooting this Hornady Precision Hunter ammo really well. So we're shooting that 143 grain ELDX out of it. So we know that's the ammunition we're going to be using. The next thing we want to do is find out what the muzzle velocity is. And we do that by running it through the chronograph. So once we know the muzzle velocity, once we know what it's shooting, then we send that information over to ballistics, and they actually make us a custom burn turret for this load in this rifle. So we've done all that already. We've got the rifles zeroed at 200 yards, which is the zero on the turret. Now we're going to check it at long range, and we've got a gong out there at 400 yards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my turret to 4, and with any luck, that gong should go boing. Wow, that looked like it hit dead center on that gong. There is nothing sweeter than the sound of that gong going boing. I think I'm ready to go antelope hunting. Well, it's the first day of our non-trophy antelope hunt here in Alberta. We hunted this same area last year when I had a trophy tag, so we know it pretty well. And one of the cool things about living in Alberta, I mean, we can drive an hour and a half to the west and be hunting bighorn sheep, and can drive an hour and a half to the east and be hunting antelope. And that's what we're doing today is antelope hunting. And so we decided to just kind of hit some of the fringe country first before we got into where we knew there was a bunch of antelope last year. And I think she had a pretty big herd out in this valley here. They're a couple miles away, and it is flat out there. So I think we're going to leave these ones. We're not in a hurry today. I want to enjoy this hunt. I just absolutely love antelope hunting. And whether I've got a trophy tag or a non-trophy tag in my pocket really doesn't matter. So we'll make this a real hunt today and see what happens. If we don't get it done today, we'll be back out tomorrow.
The hunt is about the journey.
And we've shared that journey with you for the past 25 years.
And what a journey it's been.
Join us for season 25 of Outdoor Quest TV. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Sacco Antica Firearms, demand perfection. Zeiss, we make it visible. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Closed captioning provided by Deluxe Wall Tents, made in Canada for Canadian conditions. We're hunting a really big tract of private property here, and one of the cool things about this area is they've actually set up a number of designated routes. So about every 2 miles or so there's a trail goes through that you're permitted to drive on, but other than that it's all foot access only. So for hunting antelope, it's pretty perfect. You can cover a lot of ground, and that's one thing about antelope. You're going to spend a lot of truck time glassing, and then once you spot some, then you know you've got lots of time to do a stalk on it if you don't see anyone else around. So, you know, there's definitely no truck races here or anything to get to antelope. You got lots of time once you spot them to do a stalk, and this is exactly where I took my buck last year, and he was right out in the middle, you know, kind of between two designated trails, so he was kind of a mile from everywhere. So that's one of the neat things. It's really cool. These landowners, you know, permit access out here, and you know, as long as everybody follows the rules. Really bad fire hazard this year as well, so you know, they definitely don't want vehicles getting off the trails and things like that and starting a fire. So respect the rules, and there's definitely a lot of places to hunt out here. I see some antelope.
Cameraman sliding off the seat.
Take a look, see what we got here. Yeah. The trophy season opened here on Monday, and the non-trophy season doesn't open till Thursday, so these antelope have definitely seen some hunting pressure, and as soon as we stopped the truck, they were gone. So trick today is just going to be spot them from a long ways away and you know, get a stalk on them long before they ever see you. But cool, there's some here. So we just spotted 2 does alone. They didn't seem too spooky. We just kind of drove by them, and so I don't know, they're probably 800 or 900 yards back that way. So I think we'll kind of get out here. There's actually, we got a fair bit of silver willow and stuff right here to give us some cover. So we'll kind of sneak around, and they were kind of moving to the southwest. So I think what we'll do is head you know, straight west and see if we can cut them off and maybe get in front of them. But a little after 9 this morning, we didn't leave home until 6 o'clock, and we're already doing a stalk, so pretty cool. But see what happens. Nice thing in this country is they set those bottom wires high, so you crawl under pretty easy. So they're probably about 1 kilometer out there right now. We just saw them go behind a dip, so what we're gonna do is, we've kind of got some decent topography here for a little bit, and we'll go out as far as we can walking, and then if we start to see them, we'll get down and crawl. There was just 2 to start with, but I think what they've done is they've joined up with another herd. We just had a buck behind us here as well come over the ridge, so I think probably what happens is there's probably a doe or 2 in heat in that group, so see if we can sneak in, but we'll give it a try. country always looks so flat, but once you get out here, there's lots of dips and, you know, little places you can crawl through. When we killed that buck last year, I think everybody kind of looked at him out in the middle there and went, there's no way we're going after that buck. There's no way to get out there. And Vanessa and I just took our time. It took us about 2.5 hours to get on him. But, you know, we'd go, we'd crawl, we'd go, we'd crawl, and just watch and let them move. And if you're patient, you can usually get it done. If you rush it, guaranteed you're going to blow it. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Defense Aerosols, bear spray for when your life depends on it. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine. Midland Radio's communication for every adventure. Yeah, they're running pretty hard now. We haven't spooked them, but the bucks are, obviously there's a doe in there somewhere and the bucks are just chasing her. There's quite a few bucks and a handful of does in there, so maybe we'll go up a little bit further and see, but there's no sense if they're headed that way. There's no sense trying to chase them. We'll never catch them. Definitely the best buck we've seen so far.
We're not buck hunting.
But we're not buck hunting, no.
He's got a doe right there.
Apparently he's not too interested in her. They've been running hard. But they'll kind of cut one doe out of a herd like that and just keep running her until she gives in.
Too distracted to worry about us, though.
Absolutely. We could probably walk right in there and get her, but we'll let nature take its course over there. Well, we got out here. I think there's quite a dip down in here, and I think what happened is some went that way and then some went that way. They're definitely not here. We saw that one buck run out exactly where they were, and I figured we'd just come over and they'd be right there, but there's 3 bucks just running a doe ragged over here. And then there's a couple does bedded up on the edge of the silver willow over here, but I don't think anything we can probably get close to. But the rut is, when this rut just gets to the end like this, these bucks just won't leave those hot does alone. So there'll probably be a big herd of does somewhere just resting after the rut, but I think we'll leave those 3 to what they're trying to do to get her bred. But head back to the truck and drive around a little more, but pretty cool. We had 2 bucks, I don't know, definitely less than 100 yards away, but not what we're looking for. He's just not really buying into the program.
No, he is not cooperating. She is.
Yeah.
But he might get worried about staying away from her, so...
So we saw a couple antelope kind of in this area here, so we're just gonna park the truck on this side of the road here and just go for a walk. We're kind of going in blind right now, but see what we can see. The whole trick is seeing them before they see you. So if we go over the ridge with this truck, they're gonna see it right away. So take a little mosey over and see what we see. And spotted a pretty decent buck here. On the cruise, looking for some ladies. Nice to see one good one made it through the season so far. I guess there's one more day left of trophy antelope as well, but yeah, it's funny. This time of year, these does are way harder to hunt than the bucks. The bucks are pretty silly right now. They're kind of at the end of the rut, and you saw earlier they were just running right up to us, but these does, they're actually pretty tough, so we're having fun with it.
I think I do see an antelope bedded. I think I see a few antelope bedded.
Vanessa just said she saw some antelope bedded, so we will see if we can get some glass on them. This segment is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood. Well, we got a little cocky this morning. We let probably 2 or 3 does go that we could have taken so easily. Just figured, man, this is going to be easy. Let's make a hunt out of it. Well, we're making a hunt out of it. We've been struggling all afternoon. We haven't hardly seen anything, and the ones we've seen have just been going Mach 100. So we spotted a buck and a doe just bedded on the edge of the Silver Willow out here. They were 1,291 yards last time we saw them. So we got a couple hills in between us, so we're just gonna head out there and kind of see where it's getting probably late. This will be our last stalk of the day. This was supposed to be done by noon today. Hopefully we'll be done by noon tomorrow, but we'll give this one chance. Maybe it'll work out. I can see the Silver Willow that they're in, so it still looks like it's 500 or 600 yards, but with any luck we can get a little bit closer. We'll have to really get down now. If they see us up on the skyline, the gig will be up, so we'll duck walk for a little bit, and then we'll become rattlesnakes and crawl on our bellies.
Let's watch that sun too, eh?
Yeah. Right there. I think if we kind of go around this way, there's a wellhead up here that maybe will give us a little cover, but there's still probably 600 or 700 yards. What's that? I know they're moving. $373. Oh man. That was the hardest earned doe ever. Well, it's funny, there's people on the internet still haven't given up on maligning the 6.5 Creedmoor, but you know what, for deer, even elk-sized game, you know, inside 500 yards, absolutely a more than capable cartridge. You know, I think a lot of people get kind of hung up on the fact you can shoot 1,200 yards on target with it, but for me, it just doesn't carry enough impact velocity, so I like to keep it inside 500, and you know, this was basically 400 yards, so it was absolutely perfect. But yeah, even the does have horns, so just little tiny ones. Not all of them do. A lot of them are smooth on top, but some of the does definitely do have horns, so she's one that does. Yeah, pretty much right aimed, so can't complain about that. We'll get her tagged here right away, and I don't know if I can carry her back by myself or not. We may have to go get the game cart yet, but we're probably about a kilometer, maybe a little more in here, so make the gun safe. But yeah, loving this little peak though. It's super lightweight. It's 5.6 pounds bare, and definitely one of the lightest production rifles made. Not a bad way to break it in. Outdoor Quest TV is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.